Let's jump into it. Let me show you how it sounds really, really quick. This is really, really cool stuff. Check it out. So if you're doing like that kind of ballad worship, CCM, GCM type stuff, I call it GCM, not CCM. But if you're doing that type stuff, it works for that. But it's not just the kind of ambient patches, but it's also some other little good stuff. So if you stay tuned, you'll see like all of the different patches because it's really, really good, really, really detailed. And it causes you not to have to call a guitar player for those little small, simple things that you could really kind of handle with a simple VST like this. So I'm going to show you something. So I'm going to switch to my top down angle. And so the way it kind of works is that you can use a volume pedal. That's what he kind of recommends. On this keyboard, I have like this little kind of strip over here. Let me see, I can move my camera over a little bit so you can see it. It's like right here. You can see it there. Well, I'm just kind of moving it. But I can move my little strip and I can actually, you know what I mean, like control the volume, the swells of it. So you play a chord and you would either push your pedal up or you would like, you know, like I'm doing with this volume slider. To kind of give it that you know, that ambience that you're looking for. But you can also, you know, work over here and let me kind of take this off of the screen, move the keyboard off the screen for a second here. Give me a second. Yeah, there's a little knob right here under the smart connector that you can MIDI map to a knob or a fader on your keyboard, and you can actually control the swell that way, along with all of the effects, the reverb, the delay, the chorus, the attack, to kind of give it, customize it, you know, using your own kind of, you know, customize it to your own taste, so to speak. So it's really, really cool for the ambient type stuff, but it doesn't just stop there at the ambience. He's got several different patches that you can use, octave swells. He's even got grit swells that sound like this. So you can kind of see where he's going with it. So you got the grits, you got the octave swells, you got stuff like that. You even got this one, which is really cool, like a reverse swell. Check this out. So that's really, really cool to have that in there. But where it really gets interesting is these other patches he has down here for like mutes and stuff. So check this out. These palm mutes are really, really dope. And I could definitely see myself using these. So that's really, really cool. And then like you got the drive that's the same kind of patch, but it's just kind of got a drive, kind of gritty sound to it. So I can think of 1,000 uses of just that alone, you know what I'm saying, like in different joints. But here's where it gets really, really cool. It just keeps kind of adding layers and gets different levels of cool each way you kind of move. So he's got this patch called Clean Open Chords and Grit Open Chords and Reverse Open Chords and all these different open chords. And what they are is what they sound like. They're open chords. Check this out. So these are the chords like kind of played out, just single notes, you know what I'm saying? Where I can just kind of have those played out. But I can change the key of them just by using the key switch down here. So right now, the default they're in C, but if I press the C sharp key down here, then now it changes to C sharp. You see what I'm saying? Same if I hit D. You know what I'm saying? Or G up here. And they're all kind of voiced well for that key. The chords, the open chords are actually voiced perfectly for that particular key. So it's not like he just took the chords and transposed them. He literally took a guitar and actually played those open chords, you know, in that particular key, the way it's voiced and stuff on an actual guitar, which I think is really, really cool and allows you to kind of be custom about the chords that you want. So you can literally jump between key switches and get different variations of that particular chord. You know what I'm saying? Just by key switching. So I think that's really, really cool and really, really dope. So he kind of copied that across a grit, you know, different with your tones or what have you. So you got a grit tone that does the same thing. Then you got a reverse chords that does the same thing. This is really, really cool and kind of creative. Makes for some really cool kind of ambience, you know what I mean, that you need. And then he's got a Tele. So this is a totally different guitar. So he's got two different guitars with two different kind of patches. And again, it makes it just as easy as just playing one single note on the keyboard, which is really, really dope and really, really simple for people like me that don't really know how to play guitar and how to really voice it. So it makes playing key guitar really, really simple and really, really easy. Now, you also has the last two patches he has are actually power chords, which you would need to be able to do this kind of stuff. But the cool thing about this is that you can actually adjust the release. So let's say I want a different, you know, like I don't want it to ring out so long. I can actually bring that release down to be able to play the notes that I need for it to play and voice it the way that I need for it to voice. So I think that's really, really cool that he kind of thought, because he's a guitar player, so he thought like a guitar player and how a guitar player would kind of handle these particular things. So it's pretty cool. You kind of get all of these different patches. Again, you can save, you know, you don't have to use this particular template that he loads up every time you want to use it. You can legit just jump in the sampler and save these patches into sampler. So you can pull these up whenever you're creating inside of Logic to be able to, you know, create those, you know, those ambient, you know, type things, those ambient swells and those ambient guitars. So again, it's called Midi Ambient Guitars. You can get it at aarondanielsmusic.com. It is in the description of this video, if you really like it and you know decide that you want to get it, you know it'll be helpful for your particular productions or what have you, you can get it. And there's a promo code also in the description of this video that you see, and I'll put it down in the comments as well, so you guys can see it down there. But it's a promo code JohnMike20, and what that will allow you to do is get 20% off the purchase of this particular pack. It's $49.99. I think that's a really good price considering what you're getting, because you're getting like 3 or 4 different guitars, different patch types, being able to do those ambients, being able to do these little things like this, you know, if you missed it, you know, on the front end. I can't tell you how many times I've actually called a guitar player for a record, for a song, for a track I was recreating, or for stems or for whatever. And I called a guitar player to come in and play some simple little things like that in a track. You know, some mutes, some single notes, some power chords, some basic chords. And I end up having to pay him $120, $150 to play some simple stuff like that on a track, but I couldn't really articulate it. Those swells, those little things like that. I mean, and there's so many other little things about this that allows you to do it. Like you can even open up the pedal board and you can change all of your effects. I mean, he's kind of thought about everything in terms of like crafting your own tone. So the tone that you hear on here is not the tone that you're stuck with. You can literally just utilize the pedal board or any of the onboard effects to kind of craft your tone into whatever you need for it to be. It's really cool. I would recommend it. I'm going to be using it in a lot of my productions. I'm going to be using it in when I'm doing recreating tracks and doing stuff like that. I'm looking forward to having this as another tool in my tool belt. So again, if you decide you want to invest in it, you decide you want to get it, use that promo code down there. It's JohnMike20. It's and the website is on there as well. Take you straight to the product page, and you can go ahead and grab it. Save a little bit of money on it, and it also helps out, gives a little kickback to us to just to say thanks for all the things we do. So I hope this has helped you. Hope they did all those things like that. That's all I wanted to hop on and show you guys today.